There we go. Bang, bang, bang. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We 8 minutes late, but we live. Yep, we are live, y'all. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Y'all see, it's a beautiful day here in the Buckhead community. And it's Thursday. And I got a lot of good information that I want to share with y'all today. So please do me a favor while you're coming on. If you're watching from Facebook, if you're watching from YouTube, if you were Elon Musk with the Martians and Mars, listen, do me a favor. Tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know Prophet Ramon, the Ramon Preston Show, and the whole squad. We are live in his house today, and we getting ready to go in, especially for those of you that are go-getters, you grinders, you hustlers, holy hustlers, of course. You might be righteous with a twist or ratchet when it comes to getting the game and getting out there making it happen. I want you to hit that like button. Please hit the like button, hit the share button, and tag Lolly Dolly everybody. Let them know we are live. For those of you that don't know, now you gotta know. My name is Prophet Ramon Preston. I am the host of the Ramon Preston Show. We come to you every Monday through Friday, literally every Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock noon, sharing with you information that helps you properly start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, your wealth building dreams. Anything that has to do with ministry and marketplace leadership and success is what we share information on. And so this platform that we use every Monday through Friday at 12 through the Ramon Preston Show is really a reflection of our core competencies through our network, through our consulting firm, through our coaching program, through our online training university. All this information is directly connected to what goes on in this big old head of mine. So I want to give a shout out to our squad, our team, because yesterday, I posted it yesterday on YouTube, we surpassed 125,000 views. Come on, somebody, in my prophetess Caretha voice. Come on, somebody. I can't hear nobody up in here. 125,000 views. And do you know, today makes the 69th show. Like the 69th show. Like for 69 days, with the exception of the week I was away on vacation. This is the 69th RP show. So we have hosted 69 shows since we started at the end of January with our Monday through Friday shows. And so think about it. There are 68 other shows like this one on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and Periscope. They ended Periscope, but there are 68 other shows like this that we have hosted, and ain't nothing but some game, some information, some content, some value that we're sharing. Please drop the name of the city that you're watching from in the comments. All y'all that's in the ATL, I already know what city you're watching from, but if you're watching from another city outside of Atlanta, drop the name of that city in the comments. If you're watching from another country, I'm telling y'all, every day we getting people, especially on YouTube, it be people from everywhere watching the show. And we try to catch as many viewers as we can, but a lot of times we don't have an opportunity to. Y'all see I'm rocking that RP brand gear today. I just felt like cooling off a little bit. Every day I'm wearing my black signature shirts. That's what y'all call it, right? Yeah. The black signature shirts, the blue signature suits. I wear the same thing every day. If I ain't wearing them blue suits, I might throw a gray one in, or I might throw a burgundy one in. And that's because my wife, you know, she likes some diversity. She likes a little variety, and I'm just like plain Jane. I wear the same thing every day. Either a white dress suit.
Not the same suit, Daddy.
It's not the same suit. It's the same kind of suit.
Yes, please.
I mean, you know, it's like, it's not the same suit. I just got a whole lot of the same color suits. And I got a whole lot of the same color shirts. I just like wearing the same stuff. I do the same with shoes. If I find a shoe I like, if they got 3 or 4 of them, I'm gonna buy 3 or 4 of them. And I'm gonna just keep wearing the same shoe. And you think it's the same shoe, but it's really a different shoe. But it's the same shoe. Whatever. Point is, I'm rocking the brand today, RamonPrestonBrands.com, RamonPrestonBrands.com. I just thought I'd rock the RP brand. One of the reasons why I thought about rocking it is because every Thursday is our Bible study, right? So every Thursday, once the day ends, I'll run to the house, change clothes to come back to prepare for Bible study. Am I sounding clear okay? Am I sounding okay? I want to make sure I'm sounding clear, so y'all make sure I'm sounding clear. Okay, good. I sound pretty good. All right, so today, y'all, we getting ready to get into a discussion, and this discussion is actually going to be like a snippet. I'm giving y'all like a sneak preview for one of the segments I'm going to be talking about in our upcoming mastermind. We got a business coaching mastermind that we hosting next Saturday right here in our Buckhead headquarters. And the truth is, by the time I get through with this discussion, I really hope those of you that are not a part of the coaching program, I hope that you will consider being a part of it. I really do, because I really want people to win this year. I really want to see a whole lot of people go beyond 6 figures this year. I want people to experience what me and my wife have experienced. I really do, because I know where I come from. I know how hard it was to get to where I'm at right now. And I'm talking about in terms of being successful as a owner of an organization, of an enterprise. I know how hard it was to get to where I'm at. But the joy and the satisfaction and the fulfillment and the peace of mind knowing that I ain't struggling and I'm financially free, I'm out of debt. My wife and I, we get in the bag and we're able to do ministry the way we want to do it because we're not struggling to do it. Our church is wealthy and healthy. I mean, it's a whole different situation when you get free. And so I want everybody to experience that. And I'm for real about that because I wanted to give up so many times. I mean, in my head, I probably gave up like 10,000 times. And I'm talking about in the course of days, I would just give up in my head hundreds of times a day. And so once I figured it out and I put this formula together, the formula that I teach our students who are enrolled in our university, the formula that I teach our coaching clients and even our clients that come to us for consulting, this formula or these formulas that I teach are success formulas. They working for me. So if they working for me and they're working for the people who have joined our coaching program, and I really want you to consider being a part of it, and I'm gonna give you an opportunity at the end. We already got a question. Is it from where?
YouTube.
Question from YouTube.
They say, what are the different kind of softwares you use in your business?
I use a whole lot of different kind of softwares. Actually, I'm getting ready to switch up our CRM software, our sales software. But for our sales software, we're currently using Fresh Sales.
Yeah.
Fresh Sales, Freshworks. They have like multiple softwares. It's good, but I think we're getting ready to switch over to Salesforce. Wasn't that the one we were talking about? I think we're getting ready to switch over to Salesforce because now that we're in an office suite, we're trying to integrate our systems in a way that we don't even have to literally leave our office rooms, or we don't have to like create 3 or 4 different lanes. We can integrate everything in one. So I'm talking about like text messaging capabilities, email capabilities, voicemail capabilities, My personal assistant can direct somebody to me. The administrator can direct somebody to the IT person. We're just creating a bigger system right now. But right now we use Freshworks, Fresh Sales. They got a whole lot of different software. That's for the sales part, for CRM, for like customer relations management. We still use, what is it, Chimp Mail or MailChimp? One of the two. It's MailChimp, Chimp Mail, whatever the email marketing software we use. We also use the back office of our websites. Our university platform, it has its own software built into it. So the platform that we use to teach our virtual training on, it has an email software. It has integrations with social media. It has a payment processing software that's connected to Stripe. It's connected to PayPal. Let me see what other software. For accounting, we use QuickBooks. Yeah. QuickBooks is connected to the Department of Labor. That's how we take care of our paying our taxes for our company, for our employees, our payroll. What else do we do on QuickBooks? HR. For staffing, all the paperwork is on QuickBooks is a life in and of its own. QuickBooks is kind of like Freshworks. So I'm just giving you some names of stuff off my head that I know we use. For QuickBooks, that's how we take care of insurance, benefits, what else? Unemployment, taxes. Yeah, everything is on QuickBooks right now. So that's like one system. We're getting ready to integrate other systems to QuickBooks for invoices, for contracts, so forth and so on. And then with real estate, my wife and I, we have a real estate division. So for that, there are a lot of systems that are on the Georgia MLS or FMLS system. Those portals, those are another whole set of systems that we use. And there are other systems that we use even for real estate, but that's just to name a few. I hope I answered your question, but I'm gonna be talking about these systems in our mastermind. I'm gonna be talking about these systems in our mastermind. So for all of our coaching clients who need systems integrated into their businesses, we're gonna be working with them to help them understand how to use these systems and how to integrate executive systems, sales systems, marketing systems, financial systems, and operating systems. And these are kind of like the main systems that connect to the main people that work for your business. Man, I am still running my mouth and I ain't gotten to my discussion today.
Great value.
Thank you. All right, let's talk about the first 5 actions in business. I forgot about what I was talking about for the show today. Woo! Be running my mouth, dog. In my behind. Moving and shaking. I be running my mouth. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of game today, and this is gonna be a part of a segment that I'm gonna be teaching during our mastermind, our business coaching mastermind next Saturday. So shout out to all of our coaching clients. I don't even know how many we have that are part of our coaching program right now, but this 1-year coaching program is really, really, really changing the game. And to think that I didn't even want to do it. Like me and my wife, we've been in real estate from day one. We morphed our real estate services into consulting services. And once we started getting into the consulting side of business, dealing with investors and associations and homeowners and landlords and all these different types of groups, we was like, oh my God, this is it here. This is the world that we supposed to be in. Outside of being investors, we wanted to be in the consulting business. And so once I realized that not only people in real estate needed consulting, I realized that people in entrepreneurship, generally speaking, like small business owners, self-employed individuals, independent contractors, individuals who want to start a business, they needed consulting as well. And once we started doing that, we realized, oh man, it's a big, big demand and a big, big need for that. And that turned into the coaching. And so once I thought about the coaching, my wife said, like, you need to try it. You need to do it. I think you'll do well. I was like, yeah, I like the consulting. I like the business, professional side of it. Then my personal assistant started getting on my nerves. Her and my wife, they started coming at me. So I'm like, you know what? I'll do a little pilot. I'll throw some hooks out there to see if we can get some people that we can work with, and I'll give them my value as a consultant through my coaching. And the moment we started, it was like the heavens open up. Everybody's like, we need that. It's cheaper too, because my consulting is a little more expensive, but it's really good. So the people who are part of our coaching program, they're actually being coached by a consultant. So you kind of hacking my own business. But if it works, it works. You got a question?
Well, hi from Paris.
What? We got somebody from Paris in his house.
And then somebody said, found your channel recently, and I appreciate everything I heard so far. Thank you, sir.
Okay, well, shout out to you. Thank you on YouTube, who's giving me some kudos. And shout out to all of our Paris family. I ain't been to Paris yet, but I'm coming.
No.
We coming to Paris, all right? So make sure you send us your information so when we come, we can holler at you when we get there. All right, I want to talk about the first 5 actions in business. So I told y'all the beginning of the week that I was using the concept of a business assessment as a theme this week. So Monday, we talked about why every entrepreneur needs a business assessment, which means you need a professional consultant or a coach in business and in finance to really shake down your business ideas, your aspirations, your entrepreneurial endeavors, or even your financial endeavors. You need a business assessment. Tuesday, what did we talk about Tuesday? We talked about, my top three do's and don'ts. So I gave you some do's and don'ts, things that you need to do, things that you don't need to do when starting a business. Yesterday, what did we talk about yesterday? I got it. We talked about 5 simple business strategies to uncommon business growth. So everything that I've been talking about this week is kind of surrounded or associated to or surrounded by this whole concept of a business assessment. So today I'm going to talk about 5 actions, the first 5 actions rather in business. So let's assume you've started a business. Let's say you're already getting in the game of business. You got your LLC, you got your S Corp, you got your whatever, organizational enterprise established, you got your EIN number, you got your logo, you got your bank account. As a business consultant and coach, I want to give you my first 5 actions that you should take in business. Are you ready for it? Here are my first 5 actions in business. Number 1, you need to filter and form. This is the first action you should take in business. You need to filter and form. Filter and form. You need to filter and form. What do I need to filter and form? Here's what you need to filter and form. Your products and your services. So you need to filter and form your products and services. I ain't gonna give you a whole lot because you should be at the mastermind next week to get more of this information. My coaching clients already know some of this, but they're gonna get even more next week. You need to filter and form your products and services. This is a part of your creative process for taking your ideas and converting those ideas into products and services that you can introduce to the market. So let me help you make sense of this. How do you filter and form your products and services? Think about all the ideas that you got that you feel like you should be selling. Think about the things that you feel like you should be offering through your business. So if it's apparel, if it's certain services, as an independent contractor, a lot of times you don't even know what that looks like in the marketplace because all you know is, I just want to help people do this. I'm just good at typing. I'm just good at reading. I'm just good at publishing. I'm just good at music. I'm just good at cooking. Well, you have to filter those products and services. You have to filter them by taking the ideas that you have and forming them into products and services. That's one of the things that I do when I am consulting a client, whether it's through our coaching program or just a consulting session. I want to take your ideas. I want to know, what is it that exactly do you do good? What are you really good at? What do you feel like you should be doing every day? And when we figure out what those things are, we're going to take those ideas and we're going to filter them down and form them into a product or a service. It can't just be an idea. It can't just be a concept. It has to be a product or a service that actually makes sense. So for example, somebody had the idea of creating a worldwide taxi service, but they had to take that idea and turn that idea into Uber. And once they converted it into Uber, they had to convert that into an app so that this global taxi service can actually be anywhere. And once they created the app, they had to create a service that people who have cars could be onboarded, be trained, and be a part of the Uber family, so that when I, as a consumer, go to the app and click, I want to go from Buckhead to downtown, somebody within 10 minutes will show up. That was a product or a service that had to be formed because somebody filtered the idea of providing transportation on a global level without needing physical cars, without needing, like monitors in a taxi cab, without having to sit in the back seat with a doggone glass like you in a police car. You ever seen them old taxis? You get in an old taxi and you feel like you finna go to jail. So you gotta filter and form your ideas. So there are a lot of people right now who have great ideas on what they want to do in a business, but they have not turned those ideas into products and services. So that's a process of filtering and forming those ideas and those concepts so that they can be products and services. Now, guess what? Some of your products and services may be intellectual property at some point. Some of your products and services may be concepts like Uber, where you have an app that the concept could be used anywhere, but it still has to be a product and a service. Because Uber, even though Uber is a concept that is being utilized through an app, is still a service that you can buy based on where you want to go. So it has to make sense to the market. And a lot of times these ideas that we have, they don't even make sense to us as products and services. They make sense to us as ideas, but they don't really make sense to us as products and services, which means you can't really sell it because you can't make sense of it. It's just an idea. A lot of times you'll hear me say, oh yeah, people talking about they got businesses, but really got good ideas on paper. And what I mean by that is they got all this stuff written down. I'm going to do this. I'm finna do that. I think I'm good at this. And I want to sell that. And I want to provide this to these people. And I want to start this. And I want to open that. But those are just ideas. We got to filter those things down to the point that we can form a real product or a real service that can make sense to the market. So the first action in business is you need to filter and form. Man, that was good. The second action in business is you need to attach and add. You need to attach and add. If you have any questions, you can type the questions in the comments, or you could just call. You could call in live. You actually can call. You can dial 678-922-1963 extension 1. The number is in the comments. If you dial that number, it's going to come right to my phone, and I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to answer it, and I'm going to answer your question on the live show. 678-922-1963 extension 1. The second action in business, after you have filtered and formed, you have to form your ideas into products and services. You can't get to step 2 unless you finish step 1. Now, if you're having a problem with this, that means you need a business consultant. That means you need a business coach or somebody who is seasoned enough in product development or informing products and services to help you bring those ideas into a product and service. They can't stay product. They can't stay ideas. At some point, that idea has to become a product and a service. It's no different if you want to create a chair and you just around here with this sketch on a piece of paper saying, man, I just want to create this thing and sell this thing that people can sit down on. Well, it's got to be formed, and then it's got to be manufactured. And then we got to do number two. We got to attach and add. What do you mean by attaching and adding? Here's what I mean. You have to attach and add your prices and your inventory. So let's say you went through step one. You took your ideas and you filtered them down to the point that you were able to form certain products and certain services. So now you have a real product. Now you have a real service, okay? Some of you already have products and services. You got hats that you want to sell. You got shirts, t-shirts that you're selling. You got jewelry that you're selling. You got a service that you're providing. Okay, so to some extent, you already got step one done, unless your products and services are not good enough to build a business model around. That's something you got to think about. Because if you got products and services, I talk to a lot of people regularly that got products and services, but they can't create a business model around it because it ain't enough meat on the bone. So it's like you just spinning your wheels trying to build a $1 million business out of a $10 product or something, and you trying to figure out why it don't work. Well, just because it worked for other people on Amazon or other people on Shopify or other people who seem to be like exceptions to the rule don't mean it's going to work for you. You may have to create a different business model and form and filter a different product and service that can actually have a business successful, okay? So step number two, the second action in business is you need to attach and add. You need to attach and add. We're talking about your prices and your inventory. So watch this. Now you have to attach a price to your product and service. So if you formed a product, okay, I'm a consultant. Well, I got to have a price to it. I can't just be around here talking about I'm a consultant. Well, how much you charge? You get what I'm saying? So you have to add, you have to attach a price to that product and to that service, but then you have to add inventory to it. You have to add inventory to it. So when you tell me, Ramon, here's what I'm selling. This is my product. This is my service. I need to be able to see a price attached to that and enough inventory added to it to make it valuable enough for me to purchase it. Does that make sense? It need to, even though I can't hear you say yeah, no, but it needs to. All right, listen to this. The value of the product and service that you're putting a price to, listen to this. The value should feel multiples away from your prices. You just missed it. I know you missed what I just said. I ain't gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it a different way because you should be at the mastermind. Here's what I'm gonna say. If you buy a $5,000 coaching program from me, it should feel like a $50,000 opportunity. Did you catch that? So that means a $10 item that I buy from you should feel like a $100 item. I should feel like the value of it is multiple times away from the price I paid for it. Like if I buy a $20,000 product or if I pay $10,000 for a service, I want to feel like it's multiple times valuable or it's more valuable than the price I actually paid for it. Like when I buy a book, I don't even really look at the price of a book. When I buy a book that I like, I don't care how much the book costs. The book can actually cost $100 because in my mind, if I read enough in the book to know that this book is worth $1 million, then anything under $1 million that the book costs is like, okay, good. 20 bucks, 30 bucks. If a program is $500, can I go in there and find $5,000 worth of information? It's worth it for me. So your product has to be the same way. You have to attach a price to all of your products. You shouldn't have no product and no service that you want to sell in your business without a price to it. And don't be scared to put a price to it. And if you have a problem pricing it, then guess what? You actually need somebody like me. Come on through here then. Womp womp. Y'all here to fire people? So you should hire somebody to help you develop the right pricing for your product and service. So you have to attach a price to it, right? But then you need to add inventory to it. What do you mean add inventory to it? Well, if you're providing me a service, okay, let me give an example. I have a $5,000 coaching program that is a 1-year program. It's really a 90-day program. I'm just offering it for a year right now. Okay, I'm giving you 24 months to pay that off. I'm just using my own product. That's a big enough product for you to wrap your mind around how it works. So now I know this $5,000 product is worth $5,000 because it's a 90-day program, but I'm giving it away for a year. So I'm already giving somebody $20,000 worth of coaching for $5,000. All right. And I'm spreading it out. So what is the inventory? Well, the first layer of inventory is I'm going to give you 2 years to pay for a year program. That's inventory because I'm giving you value. But I'm also giving you one-on-one coaching sessions. I'm giving you a coaching coordinator, somebody that's going to call you every other week to talk to you and to communicate with you, to get any questions that you might have to bring to me. I'm giving you a blueprint game plan. I'm giving you our online training program so that you can get educated. I'm giving you free group coaching mastermind sessions. So all of these things are like inventory that I'm giving you for that price so that you can see I have added a price to my program, but I've also attached certain levels of inventory to it, not just physical inventory. So all your inventory is not going to be physical. Some of your inventory is going to be IP. It's going to be intellectual property. Some of your inventory is going to be time. Some of your inventory is going to be products. It's going to be services. And guess what? Some of your inventory is going to be other vital resources. So some of my clients need certain services provided for them that I don't provide. But now because I have layers or shelves of inventory, I can give them connections. I can redirect them to other companies or other experts or professionals that have certain products and services to satisfy what their need is. But if they were not using me and my services, they wouldn't have access to that. So you see, I'm able to add layers, shelves of other inventory to my products and services, meaning that I have attached a price to it, but then I'm adding inventory. You know, a lot of times you could put a price, and because people are not responding to your price, guess what the first thing you do? You go down on your price when you should go up on your inventory. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. You got another question?
So somebody asked me, what are the fastest ways you know how to learn, and how do you keep track of all the knowledge you acquire?
Who, me?
I guess so.
Somebody's asking me, how do I keep track of all the knowledge I acquire?
Yeah.
Well, I'm probably like just weird with it. You know, I don't know if
this is a bit off topic. I still feel it's very important.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you're talking about me or yourself obtaining knowledge. You know, I have this like photogenic memory. So for me, I can just remember stuff easily. Like I just spit off the dome a lot because I guess that's a part of my gift. That's a part of my little crazy wired mind. But most people don't have that capability of like memorizing and just getting that in their brains seared. Most of the information that I take in, I just remember it. Like, I'm just blessed to remember it. Like, bingo, I got it. And I can formulate it in my brain in a way where it sticks to me forever. But most people don't have that. So that means you have to really overstudy. You have to really lean into educating yourself. So studies have shown that the average person has to read or learn something at least 7 times in order to contain 60 to 70% of that information. So that means you literally have to read something and study something 7 times just to take in 60 to 70% of what you've read. Most people don't read one book. Most people that might be on our platform learning what I'm teaching, they might not even go through the course one time. And if they go through the course, they might not go back through the course 2 or 3 times to get it in. There are books that I have read 3 or 4 times. So whether it's, if you're talking about me with that question, I don't think you can use me as a gauge. I don't encourage people to use somebody like me as a gauge, because I could read 70 books, 80 books in a year, where somebody else might not be able to read number 2 or 3. I could go through tons of information because of how my brain processes it, but it doesn't make me like special. It just means that that's something that I'm fascinated with, I have an affinity for, and I have a brain that's wired to take in a lot of that information. Everybody else has a certain process that they have to go through. So if that's not you, if you don't contain it easy, that means, okay, I got to go through it 7 or 8 times. That's a lot of work you got to put in.
Somebody said they took action on the advice you gave about creating package deals, like a good, better, best system. Love your content.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Somebody was just responding. Man, YouTube be lit over there, don't it? YouTube, I appreciate y'all. Y'all be lit over there. He was just saying, I think it's he. They were saying that they just appreciate some advice that I gave them about repackaging. So here are the first 5 actions in business. Number 1, you need to filter and form your products and services. Number 2, you need to attach and add. Attach prices to those products and services, and then add as much inventory. Add as much inventory, intellectual property, time, effort, other services, other resources, networks, relationships, exposure. Add inventory to those prices so that you don't have to keep bargaining yourself down until you bargain yourself out of business. Number 3, the third action in business, you need to dissect and determine. Dissect and determine. What are you dissecting and determining? Your wanna-haves, and I'm getting ghetto with this one, your wanna-haves and your gotta-haves. So you gotta dissect and determine your wanna-haves and your gotta-haves. What are you talking about, dissect and determine your wanna-haves and gotta-haves? I'm talking about your money. So now that you have filtered and formed products and services, you've taken your ideas, you turned them into products and services, then you add prices to those products and services. You attach as much inventory to them as you can. Now you got to dissect and determine your wanna-haves and your gotta-haves. So that means you got to put a dollar amount, like how much money do you want to make? But you also got to dissect and determine how much money you got to make. So you may want to make $1 million, but you got to see how much you got to make, because that's going to determine how many products or how many services you got to sell. You get what I'm saying? So let me give you an example. If you have filtered and formed your ideas into products and services, if you have attached prices to them and have added enough inventory that you're comfortable introducing them to the market, now you're going to dissect the numbers behind that price or those prices, so you could determine how many sales do you actually need to make, because you want to make a certain amount of money, but then there's a certain amount of money you gotta make. Okay, I want to make 7 figures, but I got to make 50 grand just to stay in business. Well, that means you got to do the math on how many products and services do you have to sell at that price in order to hit that gotta have number and in order to hit that wanna have number. So for example, if you wanna have a 7-figure year, that means you wanna make $1 million in 12 months. Well, if you have a $25 product, that means you gotta sell 40,000 products in order to make $1 million, right? If you want to make $1 million or 7 figures in a year, let's say if you have a $500 product, you got to sell 2,000 products to make $1 million. If you got a $1,500 product, you got to sell 667 products. If you got a $5,000 product, you got to sell 200 to get to $1 million. So now, let's say if I have a $5,000 product, in which I do, I already know in order to make $1 million, I got to sell 200 of those $5,000 products. So now it helps me to get to step 4 and to step 5, because if you got a $25 book that you're trying to sell, and that's all you selling, that's your main product, or a $25 shirt, you got to sell 40,000 of them. So maybe you got to revisit number 1 to see, man, I need a bigger product. Maybe I need to sell the shirt, but maybe I also need to sell the concept of creating a apparel business. Maybe you need to sell that concept for $1,000 to show other people how to not just buy your $25 shirt, but to how to actually start a business selling apparel, since you have already done it. So now you got a $25 shirt, but you also have a $1,000 process that you are selling to show people how to go from 0 to having an apparel business. Because now with 1,000, you go from 40,000 units that have to be sold at $25 to only 1,000 units that got to be sold at $1,000. So this is where you start dissecting and doing the math. All of our coaching clients and consulting clients say the same thing once I go through these assessments with them. And that is, wow, I didn't even do the math. I hear that all the time from our clients that say, Ramon, I really, a prophet or apostle, whatever they call me, I didn't even do the math. I didn't count up the cost. I didn't see, wow, if my products and services are this much, this is how many products and services I gotta have sold in order to survive. And this is how many products and services I want to have sold. Does that make sense? So that's number 3. The 4th action in business is you need to concentrate and craft. You need to concentrate and craft. You need to concentrate on the profile of your perfect customer, and you need to craft a message and marketing campaign to bring them value. So now that you have dissected and determined, this is how much money I gotta make, this is how much money I wanna make, and these are the number of units that I have to sell of my products and my services, you go to step 4, and now you can concentrate on what does the profile of my perfect customer look like? A lot of times people are targeting people that don't fit the profile of their perfect customer. They do not fit the profile of their perfect customer, and they're trying to figure out why I ain't making no money. You targeting the wrong customer. You targeting $2 people as customers when you should be targeting $200 people as customers, because your business model is not right. You have the wrong business model. If your business does not have the Oprah effect or the Shark Tank effect, you're not going to sell 40,000 units. And we're not going to trick ourselves and fool ourselves into thinking, oh, I'm going to sell 40,000 units. All right, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't care how many books you write. I don't care how many products you create. Just because you come up with new products don't mean you're going to get to 40,000 units sold. You may never get to 40,000 units sold. No matter how many ads you run, no matter how many people you pay, you got to look at the infrastructure of your business model to see, do I need to sell a $25 product, or do I need to add other inventory to make a $1,000 product or a $2,500 product? You got to look at those things. So anyway, you got to concentrate on the profile of your perfect customer. Then you need to craft a message and a marketing campaign to bring those individuals value. So now that I know who my perfect customer is, I can craft messages and marketing campaigns to make sure that when you hear me, you know who I'm like. I know I don't talk to everybody. I'm not talking to everybody. I'm not talking to people who just want to work for the next 40 years. That's most of America. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to the people who actually want to start, structure, and scale a business, a ministry, income streams, or wealth building dreams. If you're one of those people that want to figure out the best way to start a company or ministry or new income streams or financial freedom, wealth building dreams, if you're an individual that wants to structure a system and processes to make that happen and scale it, guess what? I'm your person and you're my person. We're a perfect fit because that's what I do. If there are other things you need done, I can redirect you to those people, but I know what I'm good at. So I already know who my perfect customer is. I know what the profile of my perfect customer is. I have a ministry network of churches, ministries, and entrepreneurs. I'm an apostle. So guess what? I'm not just looking for somebody to join my network like somebody joins a church. I'm looking for people who are running ministries, businesses, or churches who are looking for accountability, who are looking for covering. So that means if you're just looking for a church home, the next level network is not a church home for an individual. That person needs to go find a church. The next level network is for individuals who are actually running ministries, organizations, churches, or businesses, and they need a spiritual covering. They are pastors or business owners and leaders, and they want a spiritual leader. So that means I'm saying no to a lot of people because I know the profile of my perfect customer. Listen, y'all, I know I'm making it sound easy, but you have no idea how many years it took me to figure all this stuff out. It took me a long time to figure this stuff out. That's why I'm trying to make it easy for everybody else like you, because I already know this is hard stuff. It's hard work. It's a lot of discovery. It's a lot of resetting. It's a lot of like giving up things that you're married to in your mind, ideas that you romanticize with. I had to go through that so many times to come to the point to where I am. And I used to hear people say stuff like that, like, you don't know how I got here, and you don't know how long it took and how much work it took. And I used to think, yeah, but that sounds easy. You made it, until I went through the process and then made it. Now I'm at a point to where it's like, yeah, it does feel easy, but man, it's hard. It's hard, especially when you don't have help, especially when you don't have support. That's why I encourage you to get a coach, get a consultant, not just get around people who hungry and want to go to the next level, but don't know how to go eat and get to the next level. You need to get around professional people. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. All right, here's number 5, the 5th action in business. You need to sell and scale. You need to sell and scale. If y'all are enjoying this, I want you to put in the comments #value. Put in the comments #value. If y'all are enjoying this, let me know. Let your boy know that you're enjoying what we're talking about. The 5th action in business is you need to sell and scale. One of the things that I'm doing, I done changed my whole profile. One of the things that I'm doing this year, in addition to our consulting and our coaching and our online training platform, I'm going to be hosting regular workshops here in our main headquarters. We have a conference room that we're using as a training room as well. We're going to be hosting not just workshops, but we're going to be hosting training for sales, for marketing, for accounting. There are a lot of different workshops and workshops and trainings that we're going to be doing in person as well as via virtual Zooms. These workshops and these boot camps that we're doing, they're not a part of our coaching program. They're separate from our coaching masterminds. These are regular workshops and trainings that we're doing as a company, as an organization, for the general public and for people that we're going to be recruiting, because I'm looking to hire a lot of people. I want to have a huge staff. I really do. And I'm looking to hire people. And so this is one of the reasons why we're making these expansive changes. But I'm saying that because I want you to understand how important it is for you to learn things like selling. I'm still learning the sales game on a professional level, and it's a whole lot to learn. I'm telling y'all, it's a whole lot to learn. But this is the 5th action in business. If you go through all 5 of these steps and you end up at the sell and scale action, what exactly are you doing? Where you're selling or oh my God, this is it, y'all. I'm finna go on this one. Prophet Ramon, what do you mean I need to sell and scale? I want you to really hear me on this. When I say you need to sell, I want you to change the word sell to share. When you think about selling, I also want you to think about sharing. A lot of business owners and entrepreneurs don't sell. Here's why. Because they don't share, notice what I'm getting ready to say, their best work. I just lost you. Did you catch that? That was for free. Like literally. If you're going to sell, here's how you sell. Share your best work. You can't handle that. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. I said if you're going to sell, you sell by sharing your best work. Because see, a lot of you entrepreneurs or wantrepreneurs or so-called business owners, I'm throwing shade on this one. You're trying to sell products and services, but you never share your best work. Like, for example, let's say if you, the young lady, one of the young ladies in our coaching program, she sells vegan. She makes her own vegan food. She's a expert in what she does, right?
Yeah.
But my point is, let's say if she was selling vegan items, but she was giving away store-bought items.
Wow.
You're not giving your best work away. So she gives away, when she shares her products, she's sharing her products, her best products. So it's not like you're trying to throw a carrot out there and be like, well, if you notice, like this is our 69th show since we started the show in January, right? Go back and rewatch all 68 of the last shows we did and listen to the type of information that I'm sharing with you. I'm giving you the game. Because number one, it doesn't change the fact that I'm going to still make money off of what I know. Just because I give it all to you on the show don't mean I'm not going to make money. It's kind of like saying, well, I'm going to give you this little bit and then you give people your worst product. You give people your worst information. No, I'm giving you the best.
That's good.
Like when I do free consultations, I give away free consultations all the time. And guess what? Those free consultations are filled with value. Even before somebody buys something. Even before they buy anything from me, I'll give them everything. I'll tell them exactly what they need to do. You need to do this, you need to do that. And they'll be like, their minds will be blown. Like, oh my God, I never saw that. Now, some people look at that and say, yeah, I don't need nothing else. You done helped me. Well, guess what? Good. Love you. Appreciate you. Well, at least you can always move forward knowing he gave me everything. Yeah. I've had people tell me, like, you actually answered all my questions to the point that I don't even feel like I'm going to buy anything right now, but I'll get back with you when I do. Cool with me. Because there are another 100 people who going to buy something because they appreciate the fact that he gave me everything. But guess what? I didn't give you everything, because I got a whole lot more, but I'm giving you my best work, because all this is going to do is make me get better. All it's going to do is make me provide more value, because if I give you my best work when I'm sharing and selling you, can you imagine the type of work I'm going to give you once you're sold? Once we close the deal, I'm really going to give you business. So think about that. You need to sell and scale. You need to sell by, number one, sharing your best work. And then you scale this by creating systems and processes to multiply how you share that and how you close or sell what you sold, what you shared. So if that makes sense to you, the selling kind of goes before the scaling. So if you're trying to scale something that you can't sell, you're just creating an empty scale. You want to be able to scale something that's sellable, that you've already mastered the process of selling on. Then you could create a process to scale that. So those are the 5 actions in business. If you would like to be a part, I know we full. Our coaching mastermind is full. We already have a whole lot of people that are showing up to our business coaching mastermind next Saturday. But here's what I can do. If you join our business coaching program, our 1-year coaching program, and you want to come, we'll make it work for you. One way or another, I'll make it work for you. Especially if you're new and you join it before next Saturday, I will get you locked in so that you can be a part of our business coaching mastermind that's coming up. I'm going to be sharing a lot of this information. If you're not a part of our coaching program, and you would like to be a part of one of our masterminds, I can't guarantee that I could get you into this one, because I got to make sure all of our coaching clients that want to come can come. But I can at least provide for you a free business assessment when you sign up. And I think we got registration is closed on that one, ain't it? Yeah, it's closed, so you can't even register for that business mastermind. But you could go to RamonPreston.com. I have some upcoming workshops that are already on our website. We have a workshop coming up in June on how to start and structure your holding company. We also have a financial workshop coming up in June. It's going to be on the power of QuickBooks, accounting, tax strategies, and financial literacy. That's going to be a whole 4-hour workshop. And again, those workshops are not a part of our coaching program. We have masterminds that we have in our coaching program. These workshops are open to anyone, including our coaching clients, but it's not a part of your coaching program. So if you would like to be a part of our coaching program, you could get access to all of our masterminds, you could get access to our blueprint game plan, and you could get access to me and my team, so we can help you put all of these actions together to get your business, your ministry, your income streams, and your wealth building dreams to the next level. I love y'all. Have an amazing Thursday, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon, right here on the Ramon Preston Show.